Okay, so let's make something similar to this one to bring a bit of love into our space. Okay, the first thing you will need is some 18 gauge wire. I've used gold coloured copper wire today. A length of 20 gauge wire and some wire that's fine enough to go through your beads. Today I've got 26 gauge wire. Okay, so the next thing you'll need are some tools, and I have a pair of flush cutters and a pair of round nose pliers, as well as a pair of point nose pliers, or these are also known as chain nose. Okay, so once you have those all together, we will start. First of all, we're going to make the main frame section, so the heart and the spike. Okay, so for that you'll need your 18 gauge wire, and you want to find the middle of it. Now this wire is about 40 centimeters long. It does depend on how big you want your finished product to finish. So but about 40 centimeters for this one. So in the middle we want to just bend. Now you can just leave it like this for your heart, but I like the look of it when it's all twisted straight over to create a little loop. I think it just looks a little bit more finished. So then once you've got your little twist, you just simply want to grab that and just work the wire into the two sort of half circle shapes to make the top of your heart. Bending the wire, small bends are a lot easier. If you do more small bends, it's easier than doing quick harsh bends and trying to get them out. Okay, so just do small bends and just pushing it slowly into shape to get that shape. The more you bend wire, the metal wires, the more you bend them, the more brittle and harder they become. So if you're constantly sort of bending in and then straightening out again, it will become harder to get those smooth bends. Okay, so once you've got your heart shape, you want to pick the center point at the bottom for your heart and just grab a pair of pliers and straighten up. So you just want to put a kink in to make a straight section. That's going to be the spike for going into the dirt. Okay, and just give that a straighten up. Now with our next piece, we are going to wrap it around the spike section. So just fold it where you want it, holding it firmly. Okay, and then we're going to continue just wrapping around. So it's easier to hold it between your finger and thumb at that point section, and then just continually wrapping around. Okay, so the more that we do this, the firmer that will get, and it won't slip so much. Okay, so you can see what we're doing there. So just holding it firmly and twisting around. Sorry, I keep going out of the camera view here. Okay, And just go down as far as you like. I've probably gone a couple of centimeters. Yeah. Okay, when you get to the end, to as far down as you've wanted it to go, you can either snip it off and then just push it in with the pliers, like give it a little pinch in with the pliers so that the end doesn't stick out, but I like to put a little loop on it. I just feel like it's gives it a better finish. So here you'll see how far I went down. Okay, then just grab your round nose pliers and create a loop, and this will just give like a little teardrops type shape and end to the wire so that it doesn't have any sharp bits sticking out. And yeah, it just finishes it off a little bit nicer than just cutting the wire off. And just give it a little pinch in with the point nose, just so it sits in a bit flush. Okay, and there we have our main component of our plant spike. Okay, so next we're going to need the 20 gauge wire. And we're going to do the squiggly patterned side of the heart. Okay, so at the bottom where your point is, just give a couple of wraps around just to form, to connect that wire, but also to make it stable so it's not going to continually spin. The other thing that helps not have it continually spin around is by leaving that length out so you can hold on to it while you're working on the rest of the wire, and that will hold it a little bit more stable as well. So then you just want to twist and loop. Make sure you're going around the heart as well so that it holds in place. And just twisting and looping around, making your pattern. Okay, so, and being careful not to bend it too much, not to pull it too tight, because it will misform your heart shape, which we don't want to do. Okay, so just go with your heart how you want to decorate this side. Okay, once you get to the middle, I'm going to take it back down and sort of fill in the space there. And you can go down and back up again, or you could just even do just the outside edge if you wanted to. It's completely up to you, but just twisting and looping. Sorry again for getting out of that camera. Okay, and do that until you get down to the middle section again. And then we're going to twist it around the heart. And then we'll go back up. So I just wanted to fill in as much of that half with the twists and curls that I could. Okay, and just anchoring it there at the top again. getting it through that, around that heart, middle of the heart. There we go, and just one more little twist and turn, and then back to the start. Okay, so depending how much wire you've got at the end here, you just can wrap it around your stalk, and you could just simply wrap it around and trim it off, or you could put a little loop on, or here I've decided to do a little S shape and then bring the end to the back and again put a little loop to finish. Give it a little squeeze. Okay, and that starting point where we were, we'll do the same. We'll just pull it around and do a little loop and trim the end off, just to finish the end of the wire there. Okay, and then we have half of it done. Now give it a squeeze, get it into shape. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is put our crystal edge on the other half. Okay, so using the 26 gauge wire or whatever wire you've chosen, so long as it will fit through the holes in your beads. Okay, and we'll just do the same, just give it a couple of wraps around, and so that it doesn't spin, we're just going to leave that little tail out, so give you something to sort of grip onto and hold it still. Okay, so a few loops around and then push it down to that center. Okay, and then we will thread on some crystals. Now I've used rose quartz crystal chips, drilled crystal chips today for these. I think it's nice to bring a little bit of rose quartz energy into, and you know, it's nice just to bring that extra love. It's got such a lovely vibe, rose quartz, and we all could use a little extra love, unconditional love here and there. So I'm just threading it on and then holding it in place with my thumb and forefinger, and then just giving 2 wraps around the heart to anchor it to the heart. Oh, that one didn't have a hole in it. Here we go. And I have sped up this video just so you don't have to sit through ages of the same repetitive motion. So, of course, don't expect it to be this fast as you go. But thread those on and just hold it against the heart and give 2 loops around to anchor it. Okay, and continue that all the way down to the bottom. Okay. Last one. Okay, so once you get it all the way to the bottom, you want to just twist your wire around and around. So just do a couple of loops and then snip it off and push it in just to hold it flat so it doesn't get caught anywhere. No nowhere to stick out and scratch you. Okay, be really careful when you're snipping the wires off. It can become a projectile. Safety glasses would be recommended. Okay, and there you have it. 1 rose quartz wire spike to go in your pot plants. I hope you had fun, and as you can see, you don't have to just do hearts. You can use circles, use different coloured wire, different types of wire, and any crystals. The possibilities are endless. Happy twisting, everybody. Have a great time.